For the longest time, if you said Mac and gaming in the same breath, people would, well, they'd probably laugh at you. But that is changing, and it's changing fast. Today, we're going to dig into how you can actually play some of the biggest PC titles out there right on your Mac. Which, of course, brings us to the big question. So, can a Mac really be a gaming machine now? Look, it's a totally fair question, right? After years and years of, let's be honest, kind of weak hardware and pretty much zero developer support, the answer was always a pretty firm nope. But the entire landscape has been turned on its head. It really is like a tale of two different worlds. You have the old myth, which wasn't really a myth, it was just reality. Weak graphics, a teeny tiny library of games, and just an all-around bad experience. But the new reality? We're talking powerful Apple Silicon chips and some seriously impressive new software tools that have created a completely different story. Okay, so what actually changed? How do we get from no way to game on? Let's get into the key pieces of tech that have totally flipped the script on Mac gaming.
This didn't happen overnight. It's really been an evolution. I mean, back in the day, on the old Intel Macs, your only real shot was boot camp. You had to partition your drive and install a whole separate copy of Windows. It was a hassle. Now, in the present, we have Apple's own M-series chips, which are just absolute beasts of power and efficiency. And the future? It's all about something called the Game Porting Toolkit, which is making it way, way easier for developers to bring their games over to the Mac.
And right at the heart of all this is that Game Porting Toolkit, or GPTK. The best way to think of it is like a universal translator from Star Trek. It takes the language that Windows games use for graphics, that's DirectX 12, and it translates it, in real time, into the language your Mac's graphics chip understands, which is called Metal. This little piece of software is the magic key that's unlocking a massive world of PC games. So, with that new tech making all this possible, let's get practical. There are basically three main paths you can take to play PC games on your Mac right now. We're going to walk through each one, starting with the easiest and working our way up to the most powerful.
All right, path number 1. This is the easy button, the most straightforward route, cloud gaming. Think of it just like Netflix. The game isn't actually running on your Mac. It's running on a supercomputer in a server farm somewhere, and you're just streaming the video feed. What's wild is that the power of your Mac barely even matters here. All you really need is a solid, fast internet connection.
In the cloud gaming world, you've got two main giants: NVIDIA's GeForce Now and Xbox Cloud Gaming. They work a little differently. GeForce Now is awesome if you already own a bunch of PC games on platforms like Steam or Epic. You just log in and stream the games you already paid for. Xbox Cloud Gaming, on the other hand, is more like that Netflix for games model. You pay for a Game Pass Ultimate subscription, and you get access to a huge, curated library. So the choice really comes down to your budget and whether you're starting a game collection from scratch. Okay, but what if you don't want to stream? What if you want the game running right there, on your own machine? Well, that takes us to path number 2, which I like to call the magic route: translation layers. These apps use that same core idea as Apple's GPTK to act like a live translator, letting PC games run right on macOS. And the best part? No Windows installation needed. So how does this magic actually work? You have these apps, right? The big paid one is called Crossover, and there's a fantastic free one called Whisky. What they do is pretty genius. They intercept all the Windows-specific instructions a game is trying to make and, on the fly, translate them into instructions your Mac can understand. And the biggest win here? Performance. Because you're not wasting your Mac's precious power running a whole second operating system, more of that juice can go straight to the game itself. And just look at the games people are running with this stuff. We are not talking about simple indie titles. We're talking about absolute AAA bangers like Diablo 4, Cyberpunk 2077, Elden Ring. I mean, the list goes on. These games are not only playable, but on the newer M-series Macs, they can run shockingly well. People on the forums for Crossover are reporting flawless performance on some of these. It's wild. All right, path number 3. This is what I call the full power route. This is for when you just need the absolute best compatibility, no questions asked. And that method is called virtualization. It's like running an entire Windows PC, but it's all contained inside a single window on your Mac desktop. Using an app like Parallels Desktop, you create what's called a virtual machine. You can think of it like a digital PC. This lets you install a full, official, legit copy of Windows 11 that just runs in a window right on your Mac OS. It's incredibly powerful and compatibility is super high. But there is a trade-off. You're now splitting your Mac's horsepower, your RAM, your CPU cores, between two operating systems at once.
Okay. I know this all sounds amazing, maybe even too good to be true. And that's why we need a little reality check. Because while Mac gaming has come a long way, it's not perfect. So let's talk about the limitations. So what is the catch? Come on, there's gotta be one, right? And yeah, there are a couple of really big ones you have to know about before you get too excited and spend any money. Okay, listen up because this is probably the most important limitation. The #1 deal breaker is the anti-cheat problem. Tons of popular competitive online games, think Valorant, Apex Legends, Call of Duty, they use really aggressive anti-cheat software that digs deep into the operating system. And that software just flat out refuses to run in a translated or virtualized environment. For those games, it's a hard stop. You can't play them, period. On top of that, performance can be all over the place. And remember, unlike a PC, you can't just swap in a better graphics card on your Mac. And I really can't stress that performance varies point enough. This quote says it all. It's a real user review for Cyberpunk 2077 from Crossover's website. It says, most of our ratings includes comments like perfect and solid performance, but we also have one rating that specifies doo-doo performance doo-doo. I mean, that perfectly sums it up. Your mileage will absolutely vary.
So, after all that, the big question is, which path is right for you? Let's break it down with a super quick guide to help you figure it out.
Step 1, check your internet. Seriously. If it's not fast and stable, we're talking 20, 30 megabits per second minimum, then cloud gaming might be a frustrating experience. Step 2, and this is non-negotiable. Check the specific games you want to play. Do they use that aggressive anti-cheat we talked about? Go to a site like Apple Gaming Wiki, search for the game, and see what the community says. Step 3, check your Mac. To use the coolest new tools, like Whisky, you're going to need a Mac with Apple Silicon. That's any M1, M2, M3, or M4 chip. And finally, step 4, check your budget. Are you cool with a monthly subscription for cloud gaming? Or would you rather pay a one-time fee for an app like Crossover, or go with the free option, Whisky?
So, let's circle back to that first question we asked. Is the future of gaming on the Mac finally here? Well, look, a dedicated Windows gaming PC is still the king of the hill for raw power and 100% compatibility. But the gap has closed by a shocking amount. Playing the latest, greatest PC games on a Mac has gone from being a total pipe dream to a daily reality for a whole lot of people. The real question now is, with all of this new power and all these new tools at their disposal, will the big game studios finally start treating the Mac as a first-class citizen? Only time will tell.